Andrea, this is insane.
What is?
I haven't seen this many boxes since I was selling Mary Kay. It's a long time ago, don't worry about it. Anyways, Sweetwater really hooked it up this time in collaboration with Bose. They sent me their new flagship PA, which we are so stoked about. We have been Bose stans for a long time. Honestly, it's been the main thing that we've gigged most of the stuff with. I have the old L1S Pro, and now we're just gonna take this out and we're gonna actually use it for our very next gig. But I guess let's just get it. Andrea's gonna attempt to open most of these boxes without injuring myself.
What about
or
you?
Yourself.
You have to help.
I will also be helping, but I'll also be keeping a watchful eye on whatever is going on with that knife in your hand. Okay?
I don't even know where to start, Sean.
I know, right? By the way, it's sponsored by Sweetwater if you haven't figured it out. Thank you, Sweetwater and Bose, for doing
Sweetwater
this.
is literally amazing.
Really, I know, it's like huge because...
Like, this is a huge deal. Like, this is like the one, it's like, I don't even know, like the biggest sound whatever company ever.
Yeah, I know.
And they're sending you something that's insane.
I've always just paid up for the Bose stuff ever since I remember ever gigging. So,
I've always bought it.
Yeah, so I am super thankful to them for helping the cause. And I am stoked to check out what this entails.
Well, it'll be cool to use because we are real musicians on this channel who actually do gigs. So, there's a use for it.
Is that shots fired on somebody else?
That's shots fired on all the musicians that don't do that.
Gosh.
On YouTube.
Listen, it's fine though. If you don't want to gig,
fired.
If you don't want to gig, that's fine. Doesn't make you any less of a musician. But she just laughed.
I'm just starting to. Let's start some drama here.
Yeah, it's alright.
YouTube channel.
Andrea says you're not a musician if you don't gig pro. Alright, so this is a backpack that you can actually put the whole tower and stand in. That's like actually the biggest deal, which we will demonstrate soon. I feel like you're gonna
help me with this. Please don't back me up into the knife.
Did you leave the knife open behind you?
Yeah.
I slowly back her into that. Yeah, great. Where did I put mine now? The cool thing is we can legit play like a festival with this. So if anybody knows any festivals, please.
If you guys have any gigs for us, we will literally go anywhere.
Yeah, this summer, like, we're just all about just gigging and rocking the house.
So, you know, festivals, we're there. We're vaccinated, we're there. Locales, we're there. Restaurants, we're there.
Creepy subscribers with no credentials or venues, we're there. You really hooked it up with the case.
What is this?
So here's the base.
God, you should really be seen. Like, it's actually crazy the amount of boxes in this room right now. So far we have our bags.
Yep.
So now all that's left is that.
Alright, so if you've never actually used a Bose L1 system, basically this is the base right here, okay? So this is substantially lighter than the L1 Pro S that I'm used to. And you have now onboard control, so you actually don't need a mixer. Now for the gig that we're going to do now, I'm gonna bring my tone match mixer that I already have, and I can just plug it in there. But again, now there's an app that you can use with this to kind of like have your own little individual mixer for 3 channels, which is kind of perfect for us if we're playing on the street, honestly, with you, me, and our violin player, Pasha. The number one thing, aside from the new portability, that I love about this, that I'm so excited about, is Bluetooth. You can finally stream Bluetooth to these. You couldn't with the L1 Pro S's, which is great because like we have to plug in to like the house sound system, and if we take a break, then we have to unplug it and plug the sound system back in or whatever. So now we can actually just stream whatever. We'll probably just stream our own original music on our breaks because we're bosses like that. But basically, this is the entire base that we have, and then the speakers are part of this tower right here. Okay, so another advantage is now we have 2 different tower sets, whereas the L1 Pro S that I'm used to, it's just the speakers are only in like the top one, right? So the maiden unveiling of this. And again, all this stuff, it comes with these bags, but you can get the optional backpack, which just seems like absolutely awesome. This is so sleek, amazing. All right, so I'm assuming that this one goes in here. Like that. Then the second bank up here. like honestly, like that's it. So you can see the entire, both columns have like different angled line array speakers. And that's what's really impressive about the Bose stuff and why I always like it, is because the technology makes it sound just as loud farther in the back as it does up front. And that's just because of like the proprietary technology they use. So you can line out to your recording device, which is great, which is what we're gonna be doing. And then you also have like the sub connector cable, so we can actually hook up one of the subwoofers. Again, we're probably only gonna bring one of the subs with us right now, because that's all we need. But I guess let's gig this. I think the first time we're gonna hear it is the first time we're gonna do it. We're live. Andrea, what do you say? Should we do it?
Sure.
So our show tonight is at the classiest place in town. It's called Classico. It's an Italian-ish eatery, and they needed the classiest duo in town to come up and rock the house. So that is going to be the Bose Maiden Voyage. Let's get it.
Oh, hello, Sean. Look at you go with all your Bose gear.
Wow, look how easy this is.
To be a pool on the moon, no blue sky to say no, the last of the afternoon. Why to wish for a sky where molecules cannot collide? I'll be in the dark for weeks at a time, interrupted by random earthshine to be in zero G. Less pressure is just fine by me. Request and permission to join, but sheer isolation was kind of the point. We're supposed to follow you into the light when you're stuck in a corner, babe, holding court with your single file mind. Testify to the eight-sided star. If it makes you feel whole again before it tears you apart, it must be some kind of tragedy to fall apart like you do when a stiff breeze from anywhere will mesmerize and redirect to you.
All right, Andrea, gig is complete. What'd you think?
It was interesting.
Sounded great. So we have played this venue a bunch of times with the L1S Pro. The main thing that I noticed, it was super nice to have a separate level for the sub, which the subwoofer has a level in there. So early on, like it's a 3-hour gig, the first 2 hours are way busier just because it has like the dinner crowd, and a lot of bodies will eat up low end. So it's nice to be able to kind of pump the sub up a little bit without having to get too into settings. And then later on, I just brought it back to kind of Unity noon. So I think it sounded really, really good. I love the bags. I specifically love the bag with the tower and the bass. I almost think it's kind of like a must-have. With the sub, It's nice, but I think most of the time, unless I'm going to be walking a long time, I'm probably not even going to bring the roller cart bag. I wish that the wheels would go side to side instead of just straight, because it's kind of wide. So you're probably going to have to go sideways a lot with that. And at that point, you might as well just bring kind of the stuff. But honestly, like I think it sounds great, and I really can't stress enough how being able to do stuff in one trip is super important for what we do. Now, especially when you're at like a venue and stuff. If you have to like load your car up after and unload it before the gig, there's gonna be a spot, especially if you're a solo performer or if you just have 2 people, where you're gonna have to leave something expensive by itself. And I am so paranoid about something getting ripped off. I've had a lot of performer friends just have like guitars, PA stuff just ripped off when they're like transporting their stuff to and from their car. Now you can always like ask a server or something to watch it and they'll be happy to do it. But I used to be a server myself, and it's kind of like responsibility that you don't want to put on something because they're at work, like they have to like tend to their tables and have to watch their stuff too. It just is kind of an uncomfortable situation, so I don't love doing that. So the fact that we can actually make it all in one trip now, because the stand and the tower are a backpack, whereas with the old Bose stuff, you kind of had to have one in each hand, is absolutely awesome. So I can't speak highly enough. And we're probably gonna see a bunch of new videos with this coming up soon. Drea, what do you think?
Yes. Why not? Let's get it.
I love that.
We love Bose.
So thank you, Sweetwater. Thank you, Sweetwater. Thank you, Bose. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. I can do a follow-up video or something like that. And until next time, we'll see you soon.